So such platforms really give us an opportunity to interact, network, and help ourselves to grow individually. I think the most important lesson I would say is perseverance. You need to be going back to things that you focus again and again, even if it's not working. You should not be driven by somebody giving negative criticism on thoughts that's been done.
Hi, I'm Stephen from Bharat 2.0 Conclave, and today on the red carpet with us we have Vijayaraghavan, Chief Business Officer, FC Madras. So, hello sir, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
I am good too. That's great. So, on to my first question. So, how do platforms like Bharat 2.0 Conclave help amplify the impact you're trying to create?
So I think one is getting people together in one room itself is the hardest thing today in a very busy internet world. I think one is physical networking is very useful. Two is hearing out from different leaders to come and give their perspective of what they go through every day and what are they looking forward. I think it's a very open mind discussion. So such platforms really give us an opportunity to interact, network, and help ourselves to grow individually.
Definitely. And how do you think receiving this award will motivate or inspire the team you're working with?
I think we are in the most critical stage of building sports, education, infrastructure, commerce.
Okay.
So I think these kind of awards are the platform for people to take up these kind of roles that requires for this nation at this point of time. Very happy that people are taking interest, like Bharat 2.0 Conclave, the enterprise world, Business Point.
Yeah.
Actually thinking about this itself is such a motivating thing, and then rewarding people for doing such things is even more better.
That is great. That is great. So, where do you see the biggest untapped opportunity in Bharat 2.0 narrative?
I think one untapped piece is we need to bring more young entrepreneurs.
Right.
This country has actually, if you look at in the last 2-3 years, has served more than $2.5 billion as investment, not just in software, but in sports. Take history of IPL, take history of what badminton is doing. So if you look at that, right, we need to focus on more such leaders, young leaders, bring more under 40 leaders to come here and speak, because you are also a group of youngsters who are trying to do that. So that's more important for us to do. That's very untapped.
Oh, okay. And what is the most critical leadership lesson you have learned while scaling your business?
I think the most important lesson I would say is perseverance. You need to be going back to things that you focus again and again, even if it's not working.
Right.
I think in a very fast moving, very judgmental, very external influence decision makers, we should focus on and build perseverance and resilience.
Okay.
The results will come.
We had to rapid fire questions. What is one book that every Indian CEO or leader must have on their desk?
I get very inspired by my leader, Mr. Girish Mathrubootham. He has written a book called All In.
Okay.
I want everybody to pick that up and read it. He's one of the very few leaders in India who's made something believe, listed a company in NASDAQ, believed in all the youngsters, build a company. That's one book, All In by Girish.
Okay.
And the second book is, Girish always tells us to go and read Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay, yes.
It's a very important book because you can earn money, but you should know how to sustain the money.
Definitely. We'll definitely go around and check these books. And what is the biggest distraction for leaders today in one word?
I think the biggest distraction is the influence of all the information that is just one-liners, I would say. We should not be driven by somebody giving negative criticism on thoughts that's been done. It's the biggest distraction because we all open up the mobile. We spend 10 to 12 hours looking at the mobile reading the first line. I think if we all go and read things much more deeper and focus and be much more attentive to non-internet things, I think that will be a great.
Okay. And what is that one habit that you broke to become a better leader?
One is you need to call bold decisions. Sometimes it may not be accepted. We just call that as disagree but commit.
Okay, okay. And last question. If you had to write a tagline for Bharat 2.0 Conclave, what would it be?
I think good networking.
Okay.
Good networking and multi-phase networking, I would call. So it's not just one industry, it's multiple industries, multiple leaders who are empowered and driven results. So I would call them as, good network.
Okay, great. Moving ahead to the ball box question. Great. Can you choose a ball from this? Okay.
This one.
May I? So, if you had to describe your daily life in just 3 words, what are they?
I think be a good father.
Oh, that is amazing. That is an amazing answer, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
It was lovely talking to you.